Hi everyone, Marius here. In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how you can gain 5 kilograms of muscle as a complete skinny guy from scratch with no experience, nothing. But why should you take advice from me? Why should you listen to me in the first place? Very good and valid question. Well, one, I gained 5 kilograms of muscle myself. I've been training for 5 years in total, but when I started, I didn't know what to do whatsoever. So I just tried, which is better than nothing. But eventually in the last year, it was only last year, when I actually started to do research, started to implement the right steps in the right order, focused on only what works and forget everything else. That's when I gained 5 kilograms of muscle as a complete skinny guy. That's one. And second, I tried a bunch of advice from Instagram Reels, posts to YouTube videos, all that stuff. And I can tell you right now what works and what doesn't work. So I'm not going to sit here and scream to you like all these fucking people trying to use all these new modern tactics of marketing, trying to get your email address and then sell you on email and all that stuff. I'm not going to do that. I don't need your email. I don't want your email. All right. So I'm going to cut straight to the heart of the problem. And if you're wondering, because I said this of these people, yes, I do have a program, but it's free right now. You can apply and you need to wait for my approval. If I let you in, you can join for free. If not, you cannot join. But that's because I'm building something bigger right now. So yeah, it's the first link in the description. You can have a look and decide if you want to join. But for now, let's talk about our problem right now. And by the way, if my face cam doesn't work in some moments, you're just going to see a black line, a black part of half of the screen. So it's going to come back when the internet works or something. So when I scripted this video, I wanted to take a look, a different perspective at this problem that we have. So let's first take a look at the outcome. What's the different outcome? The main thing that we want to achieve? Well, the ultimate outcome for us is a skinny man which gained 5 kilograms of muscle. That's the ultimate goal for us. So now, if we have the main goal, the desired situation, a skinny man who gained 5 kilograms of muscle, now we can, or what I did was reverse engineer everything and got all the components that you need and all the steps in order for you to take to get there. So we're going to go backwards and you can follow every single step in order to achieve that. So the components that I was able to find are the following. Number one, in that process, that guy must have had an identity shift. Somewhere in this journey, he had this identity shift in some way or another. I'm going to talk about that. Second thing, we can say that he had pretty good recovery. We cannot say that he had the perfect recovery in the world and the perfect machines and the perfect tactics, all that good stuff. But we can say that if he gained 5 kilograms of muscle, he had a pretty good recovery. Third, he likely did resistance training in order to build those muscle and likely enough protein every single day. He ate enough protein every single day. 5, he likely ate enough calories in order to provide an optimal environment to build muscle, and he was consistent and he didn't quit. Because if he were to quit, he was not able to achieve 5 kilograms of muscle fast. Now, what I did next was to dissect in every single component. So we're going to start from scratch. Identity shift. So as I said, along this journey, something happened with his identity. And we can go a step backwards. And why that happened? Well, it happened, that identity shift, because he was very motivated. He was motivated because he had a fire inside. Okay, so when you're motivated, you have something to motivate you. You cannot be just motivated. You have something, a fire inside of you that motivates you. And that fire comes from an experience or trauma or a combination of multiple of those that happened in the past. So what you need to do, in simple words, think of your experiences in the past and your traumas in the past that led to this fire inside of you who motivates you. And it doesn't even need to be motivation, but just a desire. If you have right now, if you're watching this video, you probably have a desire maybe it's not that big, maybe it's not that shaped, but you have a desire to build some kind of physique, to get in shape. What you need to do out of that, you need to go backwards and dissect and see, okay, I have this desire. That means I have something inside of me, a fire that motivates me, that gives me this desire to build this physique. Then, what triggered that fire? What triggered that desire? For me, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a combination of more traumas and experiences and all that stuff. I can tell you out of the top of my head right now, one, I got in a fight with 7, 8 guys, something like that. One of them had a knife. I was, how do you say it? I was in the middle of them, and they started a fight with me. I was very skinny at that moment. I would look something like this. So after that, that triggered something in me. Okay, you need to build some kind of physique that it's masculine, that impose confidence, and it's, make a physique that makes other people be afraid of you in some way or another. So that was one. The second one, maybe I saw some guy in high school who was muscular and I felt insecure, something like that. You need to find this. Okay, now we can move on to the second part, which is he had pretty good recovery. We can clearly say that if you build 5 kilograms of muscle, you can say that, okay, I had pretty good recovery. It doesn't matter which type of recovery, if you had access to the best machines, the best tactics, best whatever. We can say you had pretty good recovery. So what does pretty good recovery means? Well, one of them, it means that you have enough rest days between workouts. So if you train today, you cannot train the same muscles tomorrow. You need to wait 1 to 2 days between you train that muscle again. Okay? That's one. And second one, you have good sleep. You sleep well. What does mean? What does that mean? You need 7 to 9 hours of sleep for most people. You can experiment for yourself. I don't know you personally, so you need to find that number for yourself. But generally, for most people, 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And then, in order to get that, you need something called sleep hygiene. Sleep hygiene is basically a combination of behaviors and routines, actions that contribute to improving your sleep. So sleep hygiene is kind of like a category, and under that category you have multiple actions that you can do. The number one best action that you can do to improve your sleep is consistent going to sleep time. This is based by research and based on my experience also. So no matter when you wake up, make sure you go to sleep at the same time every single day, or try to do that every single day. You can delay it by about 15 minutes, but that's pretty much how much you can delay it. If you want to go to sleep at 10:30, go to sleep at 10:30, 10:45, or something like that at max. That's it right there. There are multiple things that you can do. You can make the room cold. You can use some type of meditation before sleep. You can listen to some white noise and other stuff, but I'm not going to go over that right now. The most important thing, consistent going to sleep time. Number 3, likely resistant training. So if you want to build muscle, you need to do some kind of resistant training, all right, in order to stimulate that muscle to grow. So how can you achieve resistant training? You can achieve it by 2 main things. There are probably more things, but I was able to find only these 2. Lifting weights or calisthenics. Okay, so you can either choose to lift weights or calisthenics. My advice, as a complete skinny guy with the same starting point as you, I can see here different photos, just go to the gym. It's much easier for most people than to start calisthenics. Or you can use a combination of 2. I don't care. Once you choose that, how you're going to achieve resistant training, you need something called hypertrophy style training, because hypertrophy means we want bigger muscles. Atrophy means the muscles are getting smaller. Hypertrophy, muscles are getting bigger. So we want hypertrophy style training. That means, let's go over what hypertrophy style training means. Well, we want to train the muscles that we want to grow frequent enough. That means at least 2 times per week. If it's a bigger muscle, such as the back, which is not the muscle, it's a muscle group, we can train it, let's say, 2 times per week. If it's a smaller muscle, as the biceps or the triceps, we can train them 3 times a week. but at least 2 times per week. Do not use the fucking bro split. I'm not saying bro split it doesn't work, but it certainly slows down your progress. I'm not saying go in the other extreme, go 100% optimal and do 100% every single thing scientific and all that stuff. I'm not saying that, but be somewhere in the middle. It's still fun and it's still optimal. So that's one. Then high intensity training to failure. And I'm saying to failure because most people, they think they've reached failure. So if I tell you go train close to failure, you don't know how to estimate that properly. So that's better it's better for me to say to you, train to failure. What's failure? When you cannot perform one complete rep anymore. That's failure. Over failure, beyond failure, is when you fail to complete one more rep, but you choose another lighter weight and you go again. That's beyond failure. We don't want beyond failure right now. Just close to failure to failure. So that's one. And when you achieve failure, you need to achieve failure between 6 to 30 reps. Why is this such a big range? Well, this is because research shows that you can achieve hypertrophy, getting bigger muscles with 6 reps, training to failure, and with 30 reps with training to failure, and with 20, and with 15, and with between 5 to 30. So that's why this is the bigger range. You just need to experiment for yourself, which rep range gives you the best result. Next, enough weekly volume, which means anywhere from 6 to 20 sets per muscle per week. Now, the perfect volume, weekly volume for everyone does not exist. It's the same with the reps, 6 to 20 sets per muscle per week. So I can do for my chest 10 sets per muscle, 10 sets for my chest per week. All right, I can do 5 sets in Monday and 5 sets Thursday. That's 10 sets in a week for my chest. You just need to experiment for yourself with that. But as a complete beginner, start with 6 sets per week, and in time increase it as you're not getting any more sore. Likely focusing on slow eccentrics. So if you want bigger muscles, we want to achieve small tears in the muscle, micro tears in the muscle. The way we achieve that most effectively is by slow eccentrics. I hope you can see me right now. Let me check if you can see me. Okay, you can see me. Wait. So I'm going to explain to you right now eccentrics, isometric, concentric, all that good stuff. So let's take a bicep curl as an example. So from this position to this position, I hope you can see me. This is concentric, when the muscle shortens. This is concentric part. Isometric is if I keep the muscle in this position. The muscle doesn't lengthen, doesn't shorten. It stays in the same position here. From here to here, this is the eccentric, when the muscle lengthens. That's exactly what we want to focus on if we want to achieve micro tears inside the muscle effectively and easily. So you don't actually need to push that hard. If you just focus on to do slower eccentrics, you can achieve that much easier. That's another one, and you need a technique that allows you to target the target muscle to fail. So if I want to train my chest, I need to do a technique that when I fail, it's because of my chest, not because of my shoulders, not because of my triceps. If that happens, I fail because of my shoulders, but my chest can still do more reps. Then I need to check my technique. Let's go to the fourth thing. You need enough protein every single day. Protein is the building block of a muscle. So, not every protein is the same. But I'm going to explain to you that in a few seconds. So, how much protein you need? General rule here, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That's it. If you just get that right, you're good to go. You can then experiment with more or less, but this is your starting point. How do you get that? Okay, you take your body weight in pounds, multiply it by 1. That's your daily protein intake that you need to eat. Now you should know that not every protein is built the same. So in order for your body to use the protein that you eat properly to build muscle, you need a complete protein. A complete protein is a protein that has all the essential amino acids. There are 9 essential amino acids, and poor sources of protein such as veggies, carbs, all that stuff does not contain all 9 essential amino acids. What are some high quality sources that you can use? whey protein, casein protein, eggs, and any lean meats. That's it. If you do not eat animal food, I think quinoa actually has it's a complete protein also. So you can also check that. So that's how you do it. You can go more optimal, spread your protein into 5 meals a day, 5 times a day. You can do that, but as long as you get your protein in 3, 4, 5 meals a day, you're good to go. Next, likely ate enough calories. So this guy who have built 5 kilograms of muscle, we can clearly say that he ate enough calories. So we don't know if he did a body recomposition or something, but let's assume he was very skinny, just like in this photo right here. So this person likely ate enough calories to have an optimal body fat for building muscle. We can say that. So he was not very fat, he was not very skinny. Then we can say, in order to create this optimal environment, we can say that he ate enough calories in order to gain 0.5 pound per week, because that's an optimal one. It's just the sweet spot. It's you provide enough raw materials to actually build the muscle, but you're not going to gain a bunch of fat. Now, I must say here, do not gain more than 0.5 pound per week. That's too much. Eat just 0.5 pound per week, or at max 0.5 pound per week. Which means he knew how to track his weight properly. You cannot tell if you gain 0.5 pound per week if you don't know how to track your weight properly. I'm going to teach you that right now. So this is everything you need. You track your weight, you hop on the scale every single morning after using the bathroom. No water, no food, anything. This must be your routine. You wake up, go straight to the bathroom, hop on the scale. That's it. You write down your number. You do that every single day, and at the end of the week, you put all the numbers in numerical order and get the median number, the number in the middle. That's what you are concerned with. You do not look at day after day changes, because it can be water retention, it can be something else. It's probably not going to be fat gain or fat loss. So you take that middle number, and you're going to do that next week. And all you want to look for is the comparison between median number from this week to the next week. So you only look at changes from week to week, not day to day. That's how you do it. As simple as I can explain to you. And the last part, he was consistent and didn't quit. We can say that if you quit, you are not going to achieve it. Let's take my example. I've been training for 5 years in total. If after 4 years, I would say, I didn't make good progress, maybe it's not for me, I'm going to quit, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have 5 kilograms of muscle on my body right now. However, what I did was keep going. Okay, let's change this, let's try something else, let's implement these steps, and eventually it worked. So, if you don't quit, you cannot fail. And if you do the right thing, you will succeed. One more thing. When you are on this journey, you need to constantly remind yourself why you want to achieve it. And we can go back to the first point, which is, what is your motivation? What is the fire inside of you? And what triggered this fire inside of you? If you just can do all of these things that we've talked in this video, that I taught you in this video, you are going to be on the right path. You don't need to focus on something else. You don't need anything else. You don't need to overcomplicate it. These are all the things that you need. Like literally, if you are able to find what triggered your motivation, that's unlimited motivation there. If you have pretty good recovery, if you can go to sleep every single night at the same time, that's good. You have all the things in order for your workout, you have all the things in order for the diet and all that good stuff, you are good to go. Now, like I said, I'm building something very big. And what you can do right now, there's a link in the description. Go click that. You can apply to join for free in my community, in my program. And after that, you just need to wait for me to approve or not, or decline. And you can join right now for free. And who joins for free right now is going to stay forever. And I would say do that. There's no reason for you not to do that, because I'm building something bigger, a very good thing, a very good program that is going to help you. So if you join right now, you can stay forever for free. And the price is going to increase soon.